Hi guys, welcome to Crypto MC. My name's Rudo, full-time stay-at-home trader, which tells you that you can do this as well. You can quit your day job should you want to, and just trade a little bit of crypto every day, and you can actually make a sensible living. But while we're on that topic, yesterday Bitcoin was pushing up really strongly. Okay, and I explained to you guys the significance of this chart, why the buys and the sell raise and everything like that. And where we're at now is we're right up at resistance. Now, a while ago, I said the reason why we're going to hit resistance is because the price wants to fill gaps. That's all that it is. It's just trying to fill gaps. So if something moves too quickly, price will get trapped there in the future. Okay, and then move back down. And price moved too quickly in this area. So the hope is that price is going to get trapped here. Now, I did give you guys a buy zone, but on the light of what happened with Ethereum yesterday, massive pump from our buy zone. Solana sitting right at resistance. I mean, it was one of the first movers. We maybe need to rethink the realities of what would it look like if Bitcoin was to retrace all the way back down to 65 or 63K. And will that still be, for you and for me, a decent buy zone? And will the bulls agree? Because remember, the market sentiment is an important thing. So it's not just fear for the sake of let's get everybody scared. It needs to be a worthwhile risk. And as technical analysis can also be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if something on the technicals look bullish, you'll have more players wanting to enter. So what needs to happen for the technicals to remain bullish? So yeah, that's what we're going to discuss today. And then after that, we're going to go back to our alts. I've got a few buys that I want to share with you guys. So let's get into this. Do your hodl bags a favor and subscribe today. Double down, hit that like and notification icon, and let's get charting. So in order to discuss this a little bit further, the realities of this buy zone, I think we need to take it first a step back. This is where I marked out the buy zone. And the basis why I'm saying to you that, why I'm still thinking a buy zone is off the following, is based on the following simple trading and investing rules I live by. And it is simple. And I'm just going to draw this out as simple as I can. When something changes its trend, trending strong, it's going sideways. You're moving to a lateral range. There's two rules. You're bearish at the top and you're bullish at the bottom. And then you let the market decide which way it wants to break out. This means you're cheating. You can take both sides of the market, and no matter what happens, you're going to be in the money. So where we're at now, I want to make sure whether the discussion that I want to have with you guys today is whether this is going to play out, and what I don't want to see in order to not get into a position where if we go there, the reality is that we're going to probably do this more. Okay, so that's what that's why I'm trying to avoid. Okay, and that's what I want to try and share with you guys today. Okay, so bearish at the top, bullish at the bottom. Then this means then if we have a look at our Ethereum, I don't want to do this yet. Let's just undo. So if we look at our Ethereum, what do we don't want to see? I don't want to see hidden bearish divergence, because typically this means then if this is still part of the correction, hidden bearish divergence would do the following. It will use the current bullish sentiment as a nice reload zone for continuation to the low. Now, it is full disclosure. I want full disclosure, guys. Yesterday, I was in some instances very bearish with some of the alts, saying that we could potentially test these lows. But I mean, yesterday we didn't have this crazy blue candle that only came last night. So that's how important it is that you need to watch these streams regularly, because one candle can change your entire outlook of the market. Okay, let's quickly go to the comments before I take this a little bit further. I just want to say hi to you guys. About 150 people joining in live. We're 4 minutes in. And I promised Peter that we're going to do this in 20 minutes today. So let's see what we have. So hello, Renee. Hello, Nelson. My ability to make lines go up on an angle, amazing. Well, it's just gone. If you want to know all the lessons to that, it's actually in the Discord, Nelson, and you can actually learn. It's a skill. It's a simple skill. There's nothing to it. It's like learning to play an instrument. The true artistry happens as composing your own song, but playing the instrument's fine. You can just learn that. That's a skill. So let's quickly see. What else we've got. But my wires are tingling. Are your wires tingling? Okay, buddy. Well, let's hope that we're going to be breaking out and your wires are going to make you some really good money. So let's get back on track. Let's look at Bitcoin. So top of the range, I have to be bearish. What can be bearish for me? So now let's look for bearish evidence. Now, the first thing is, if I want to be bearish, is we've broken trend. Okay. We had this prolonged bullish trend. So I'm allowed to be bearish long term only if I lose that. I'm allowed to be bearish midterm if we lose that. And I'm allowed to be bearish short term if we lose that. So what have we done? We've lost it midterm. And this is the crazy thing about trading. Now, when did we break our initial trend? There. So where's the pivot that had the bearish divergence between that and that and that and that? So this was the last move. So where's the upper end? It's that level there. So where am I allowed to be short? Between those 2 points. So the bearish man in me, the trader, remember, the cheater, I take both sides. I want to make sure I'm always making money. Cheater says to me that we're smack in the middle of a sell zone. The market now has sold off, consistently made lower lows. Typically, it can go and it squeezes all the short traders. And then, if it falls back down, things can get heavily bearish. Okay, so what if that plays out? There's no way that I and you can tell me that that is not going to happen. Just as much as there's no way you're telling me that that is not going to happen. And if you can understand that saying, the saying that I'm saying, you're fine. You're going to be making money in this bull cycle because there's no guarantees in anything. We tend to want to love coins. I'm saying if you love a project, why do you love something? Because it's not going to hurt me. That's why I love something. And when it does, it's horrible. So don't love stuff. Don't love coins. Don't love a trend. Just take it for what it is, face value. And then means you have to manage your risk. Okay, so that is the scenario. So we know this. Now, there's many examples where we can look at something similar to that. When price goes and creates this bearish pivot, okay, and then after a while, price goes and retests it. A good example, there. Bearish pivot's there. Where's the divergence? There, between there and there, okay. Price goes and revisits, sells off again, goes and tests the mid-range. All that I know and all that I can plan for is this candle. Okay? Whether this is going to happen or that is going to happen, I don't know. And you don't know either. And that's why we have to protect ourselves. Okay? So that's all that I'm saying. So we had a move, we tested the range, we're back in that area. And this is where sellers are going to start selling and supply serious. Okay? And this means we need to look at our alts to see whether we're going to now have really good buy zones. Because if that happens, where's the bulls going to defend? And the problem that I have with this original buy zone, this was given to you guys here. Problem that I have with that buy zone is the following. Well, I don't want to buy 63 anymore. When you have a normal clean impulse, this is typically the best way to explain it is with Elliott wave. Normal clean impulse. There's a 5-wave structure. And the rule is, for those that are new, number 4 is not allowed to go below number 1. Not allowed to go below that point. Once it does, this is no longer an impulse, but a lateral pattern. So if it does this, goes below that, it means that the 5 won't be that high. It's probably going to be a little bit more choppy. It means you're not done correcting. And if I want this to leave the range, this Bitcoin price, to leave the range and start going moon, the last thing I want is this 1, 2, 3, 4 to go there and go below that level. That's the last thing. Because then this is not an impulse. Now, I don't know what the term is for this kind of wave structure. This is where Lee was really good. I think it's a leading diagonal or ending diagonal, one of these two, but the Elliott wave gurus will be able to correct me in the comments real quick. But that's the reality. And then this means we're due for more sideways action because the nature of that is a lateral range. Okay, so that said, this buy zone needs to be removed. Okay, and we need to rethink a new buy zone. Now, typically, when we're trending, this becomes very simple. Simple technical analysis works, meaning you draw a line and it stays above the line. So you can see that the validity of that is really not that crazy hot. Okay, so what do? Is I start switching to different time frames, looking for the candles that made the higher high. Now, the candle that made the higher high in this instance is there. So normally what happens is this institutional engineered candle, there's one there and there's one there. These two get tested. And you don't want them to delete any supply. I don't want to demand. I don't want it to go there because then the demand zone, the people that bought that hard enough to create this is selling here and they're not here to defend their position. So then that's why I said then it's a bad buy zone. Will it bounce there? Probably if it were to fail and go there, because it's still a support resistance level. There's still a lot of support and resistance there. Statistically, it's a bounce. But then it's not a bounce for a higher high. It's a bounce maybe to get out again. A scenario like this to sell. Then I'll play the sell game. So if that happens, that we need to go to that buy zone instead. So for now, the new buy zone has to be sitting in around $67,000, $68,000. Okay, so I'm going to mark this as the old one. This is no longer a relevant buy, and I want you guys to just take note of this. Now, this means that our alts might have different targets. So let's head over to the alts. Okay, so it makes sense, I hope. Let me know in the comments if you understand what it is I'm saying. If you've got any questions as well, drop them in. Even if you're not watching live, there's a lot of people who say, I finally made it live. Here's another one. Donnie, finally made it live. If you haven't made it live and you're watching recording, send me a comment and we can take this further as well. Okay, so now let's head over to alts. 12 minutes in. I think you guys can kind of see where I'm going with this. Okay, so in simplest terms, we're bearish at the top for the same reasons that we were bullish at the bottom. And we're saying to ourselves that we cannot predict where the market's going to go. As soon as we can, then there's no risk. Okay, and we are risk analysts. Technical analysts means that we're risk analysts. And the risk at this stage says that it's time to take a little bit of profit if you're in some good gains. I mean, some of our alts are moving nicely. And we expect that Bitcoin is going to pull back to that buy zone. Hurt the late buyers because crypto Twitter is bullish as fuck today. So something like that as well. Now, let's take this information and head over to our portfolio real quick. I want to share the portfolio that I built for you guys. So introduced it recently, and I funded it with $10,000. I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this portfolio with you guys, with the calls we make on YouTube, so that you can follow along and see how I go about this, how I'm moving money, how I'm thinking about strategically, why I'm taking profit, what I do with that profit, and so forth, so you can follow along with me. So today, I made a few new changes to the wallet. Okay, so if we have a look at the spot trading side, I diversified into some new spot trades. Now, those are all made available in the Discord. They come with some risk management and some strategies and ideas that you can go check that out. And then the leverage trade from yesterday. So yesterday we went long on leverage side. Now, why do I not make these public on YouTube? Because leverage is the first and the easiest way that you can wreck yourself immediately, especially if you're a beginner. So let's just be honest. When this area where it's in an open public space, there's beginners, there's advanced people, there's all sorts of people from all sorts of different skill levels. This is not a YouTube channel designed to make you wreck yourself. If I wanted you to wreck yourself, I would have done this. But I've seen this work out. So I put this in a space where the guy that goes there is in a controlled environment. He can ask questions and he can follow along without wrecking himself. So the trade that we made yesterday was off the back that we were going to go long here at $67,000. Subsequently, where I believe if we're going to go test our next buy zone, where resistance was, now needs to be turned into support, simple as that. So we were looking at it breaking through resistance. Okay, so that's where we were going long yesterday. And price then rallied up. Let's close the screen. Price rallied up nicely, and we ended up with our $1,000 trade, ended up making 2.3 risk to reward. So I risked $100, and at that point, I had $239 worth of gains. And that was put into the leverage position and leverage portfolio. So I adjusted it. But this morning, $200, as per the strategy, now needs to go into something new. I want to spend that money on a new coin because I made that profit to do what? To go into long shots. So what I did is I bought Everdome. I'm going to show you that Everdome chart real quick. Okay, so Everdome is already one bull cycle old. So I like it. It's a long shot. It kind of launched right at the end. So we were past all-time highs, but we were still in the last burning embers of a bull cycle, and people were still very, very, very bullish in the market as such. So Everdome launched, and I managed to use my hero tokens to get this on a pre-market sale. So I managed to get this quite cheap. That said, it's still below where I bought it originally on my long-term bag that stage. Because bear market came and shit just dumped. But if you look at this now on the weekly, this is dirt cheap as it could potentially be. So this is that long shot that I want to share with you. Long shot, guys. It's not something, it's not a sure thing. So I took some profit, some free money, and I'm going to throw it at this and see what this thing can do. Same thing. Now, if you look at that RSI, that is bullish, okay? And there's a lot of buying these dips occurring. So the betting man, the speculative man in me telling that this is an undesirable. I am not a hype channel. This is never going to be a hype channel. Hype channel, you know where to go, and you can make some good gains there. But this is the buy it when nobody wants a channel, because that's where the more multipliers are going to come your way. And this is looking really juicy. So what do we have? Yet another strong bullish divergence. And on the daily, we just crossed that strong bullish divergence pivot, okay? And what have we done as well? We've broken the momentum. So this is now in a lateral range, okay? It's fighting some hidden bearish divergence. That's a given. But on the big picture for me, I don't care. I'm buying $200 of this today. That's me. And the idea is that when this thing takes off, and inevitably they will, all bull markets does this to all coins. When this thing takes off, you're looking at 500, next structure. And these are all areas where price is going to want to go, what? To fill that gap, 2,300%. Okay, that's an easy money maker. Now, I don't want to go into fundamentals of what Everdome is, because this is not what we're doing here. We're not talking about fundamentals. So please go do your own research. Read up on it. It's your responsibility to understand what it is you're buying for that reason. But this is the trade and the coin that I will be taking off that back. Now, can price go a little bit lower? Yes, because we've seen what? The candle that makes the higher high, 50% of the body, that's the buy. And the confluence that I like about this means that where that reload zone is for whoever bought here is right at the support that will keep the strong bullish divergence that we have intact. Okay, so still trending down from a macro trend point of view. Nothing bullish about this. I'm just using my technical analysis, and there's looking like there's something that I really want to get into. Okay, so that's the little edge. Now you can get this on Bybit as well, should you want to. Okay, so there's the whole thing that I wanted to share with you guys regarding where we are with BTC. Now let's head over to some alts and let's look at some of your comments. About 300 people live at the moment. The views are down. I don't know. I think a lot of people left that didn't sell the top, so they can't buy the bottom, so they're not interested. So typically that's what happens in these times. Okay, so now, if you want a little bit more spot trade, guys, video today is, like always, sponsored by Prime. And if you open your Prime account, you go to the YouTube, the Discord, and you deposit $2,000. you can trade with me. It unlocks the entire Discord, and you have access to everything, all the investment projects, all the trades, all the setups, all my strategies, and so forth. As I manage the spot portfolio, as I manage my leverage portfolio, there's the profit in from last night, as well as the big hodl portfolio I share with you guys on YouTube and so forth. So you'll have all that and more to join. Now, if you don't have that, because I'm finding guys and are saying to me, Ruda, but I don't have $2,000 to literally trade with. So simple, for today, if you fund it with $1,000, open your account and come trade with $1,000. The same as what I'm doing here. I will give you access to the Discord as well through the Crypto EMC Club membership, which is about a $300 value. Okay, so then I'll do that for you guys, and you can actually come and follow along. You can follow along on my investment reports. You can follow along on the spot trades and so forth. So there you go, guys. Trying to help as much as I can realistically do for you guys. So take advantage of this. The previous 6 months subscriptions went really quick, so don't sleep on this. They tend to move really quick. Right, so that's it. Now let's have a look at some of our additional coins that we can look at. I want to show you the structure. This is the help you to fish. Okay, I want to show you the typical structures you need to be looking for in order to pick your own coins. Should you want to pick your own coins? Simple as that. Nobody's forcing anything on anybody. I want to show you how to pick that own coins. Before I do that, though, let's quickly look at the comments. I see there's a lot of requests. Marxie is asking for Doge. Terry's asking for Zeta. Nelson, PAAL, okay, or PAAL, not 3 A's. And then thanks for joining in live, Dragonfire. There's another fire here. Where's the other fire name? I can't remember. It's what's fire something as I'm not seeing him here today. But thanks for joining in live. I really appreciate you guys taking the time, spending some live time with me. Okay, so let's have a look at the typical structures. So typical structure that I want to share with you guys is the following. And I've got them marked out here. So this is the ones that I want to share with you. Okay. So you're looking for coins if you want to have an amazing run in the next push, because I'm saying to you, this is the world. This is technical analysis, the world of contradictions. I'm sorry it's not as simple as it is, as you wanted it to be. Okay. We're bearish at the bottom. But if we go to this buy zone, this is now the bullish. I want to remain bullish buy zone. This is the, oh shit, this isn't bullish long-term buy zone. This is, I want to remain bullish buy zone. We go there, then we can expect another 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaving the range, leaving the 70 resistance K behind us, and then moving into the next big thing, okay? Next big thing, meaning if I bring up this chart, the Bitcoin halvings chart, and I take away the RSI, irrelevant now, meaning pushing us. Remember, this is the previous halving, previous all-time high, and then bull cycle and alt season happened past those 2 points, pushing us past the all-time high. So then we've passed the halving and we've passed the all-time high, meaning that price is just maybe looking a little different, but it's got all the same conditions met, pushing price in there. So that's what I'm looking for, okay? So this means I'm bearish, I'm cheating, but I'm allowed to cheat because I bought the bottom. Okay, if you haven't bought the bottom, please don't fucking cheat with me. Okay, so I see Damon is spamming the chat again. Thanks, buddy. Nice for you to join us, Damon, with his long luscious hair. So this is what you're looking for, guys. So you want to be looking for a coin that has what? 1, a gap. Because if I were to draw the same supply and demand rays on this specific one, I don't need a big degree to say that. If I look at this, simplest, quick, just drawing it. A lot of trading, gap through it. So where's price going to want to get trapped again? In this range, because it's clearly telling me that there was a lot of cores being built here. And when it left it, okay, price avoided this. Now, this is gone shit, okay? Price moves in a similar way through space and time. I'm trying to explain this in a way that it makes sense, but fuck it doesn't in that sentence. But go and read up. If you really want to know this, that's what you need to go and study, okay? And so what's going to happen is price is going to find its way into that gap and probably get trapped again to then fill the trading that needed to happen there so that it can do what? On the next move, gap that motherfucker. Let's do this there, okay? And now let me expand this line real quick so you can just see what I mean by that. See, now it's going to gap that area. And then price is going to do what? Get trapped there. To do what? To fill this line, to then fill this gap. And that's how price is going to step itself up through all these areas. And you can look at it feels like I'm cheating if I do this because it's so simple. These are trend lines that you're supposed to know how to draw. It's trend lines where you draw them now. You don't have to move them and update them as your narrative changes, okay? So then it's going to step this through. And this is how we got to this Bitcoin chart, okay? This is how we got to this Bitcoin chart. Okay, so this is what you need to be looking for. So you're looking for an altcoin that has done this. Big sell-off, sitting in a flat range, and the second part of this is you're looking for flat neckline. Why? Because when you have a neckline like this, it means that there's selling pressure that's going to turn the market bullish. Now, what does this mean? Okay, the best way to try and explain this is if I'm taking a short on the market from a perpetual, from a futures or commodity or leverage point of view, it means that I am betting, I'm physically betting somebody that it's going to go down. And if it goes down, that somebody that was taking the other side of the market, the other side of that bet, pays me the money. So if there's a long guy and price goes against him, when his money gets deducted from his balance, that will go to my short trade if at that moment I was the one closing my short. So that's how the money moves around. Now, when you have a flat scenario like this, you have a lot of supply sitting there, meaning forced buyers. So if price were to break that high, where's all those traders? Where's their stop going to be? Right there. And that's going to put us right in the danger zone for these short traders. And where's their stop going to be? Right there. And if you look at that, a big move like that could literally just do this, oops, and bring price in there. Now, there's a condition. 10 hours and 55 minutes left for this daily to close outside this bearish momentum, for the odds of this happening to be at least 65%. You don't want to just blindly buy. Now, I've already done some of that buying on this portfolio because I was using some lower time frame analysis. But this is something that you guys need to look at. Okay, so our current portfolio balance in conclusion is up $1,300 in the last week just by the setups I've shared in the screen. Okay, so there you have it. Everything that I wanted to share with you guys, plus how you can find your own fish. So all you need to do is literally go onto any exchange, and you want to look for your spot buys, and you want to look for something that's got a big gap and a flat neckline. And if you find something that looks similar to that, you just want to obviously make sure it's a project that's got some hype behind it. Go check out their Twitter and so forth. But something that's like Filecoin, really big established names, you're going to be good. And you cycle through them until you get that scenario. So funny enough, this was the first one I clicked on, CBK. And what do we have? Demand holding strong. Okay, a lot of supply sitting right there. No surprise that there's going to be hidden bearish divergence, because the market's going to want to try and test this. But what do we have? You've got this gap sitting right here, and these gaps are going to be acting out as magnets to try and bring pricing. Now, I'm not probably to try and draw that now is going to take more time, so I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, 29 minutes in. So yeah, that's it. So why was Marxi banned, Peter? Are you angry at Marxi? I see Peter is Peter, if he doesn't like your comment, he bans you. Okay, so let's get back to the rest of you guys. I'm going to end up. What does Damon say? Let's quickly see what do you want. Alt coves with the biggest games. ISAT, Charlie 3, altcoin. Yes, altcoins with the biggest game. So again, quickly, let's quickly have a look at Charlie 3. Now, guys, I'm almost reluctant to chart this one too much. Why? Because I own a lot of Charlie 3s. I bought them way back, and I still want to offload them. And you're frenemies, because when this thing goes into a sell zone, I'll dump just like any other coin on your ass. Simple. I'll show you where to take profit, and I'll help you with the thing, but nobody is going to keep me through some sort of a social media bullying my right to offload a bag, just like you have the right to offload a bag at any time. So just full disclosure, when you know, I own a lot of this, and one day there's going to come a day, but that's not today. Long flat accumulation. So just like any of those long flat accumulation alts, and I have a lot of them, I shared a lot of them in the Discord with everybody. Long flat accumulation coins, buy zones for bigger additional gains. So there's potentially a lot that can be done there. Okay. Let's maybe do some charts of your own coins. Let's quickly see what happened with your face. No, stop fucking around with the long hair. Bring back short hair, Damon. Marxie was banned by mistake. Okay. I don't know how that. Marxie, just say hi to Peter. Let's 3 minutes of talking bullshit. Let's quickly have a look at what you guys say. Asking for VeChain. You've been asking for VeChain consistently for the last few weeks. So let's VeChain. Let's see which price I want to. Let's use Binance. It's fine. We can use Binance. Okay. So this is VeChain. This looks a lot. Let's go weekly time frame. Let's go weekly time frame. Looks a lot like cup and handle territory. You're going to see those patterns pop up. There's the cup. It's a little bit of a messy cup. There's your hidden bearish divergence. Forming into a channel. Okay. Break the channel. Then you take the middle of the cup to the bottom. Okay. And you move that up. And that's what technical analysis is about. And then there's your target. So the hope is that this breakout breaks that hidden bearish divergence. So there you have it. There is VeChain in the simplest way that I can explain this. So what you need to do is you need to look at this and say, oh shit, look at this. Higher lows, lower lows, hidden bullish divergence. So that idea makes sense. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have here on your side? I can do maybe one more coin. I'm going to look at IMX. What else? Let's see if there's a name of a coin that I'm interested in as well. I'm partial to this, I want to make sure I chart something that's got good value. IMX is probably the one. Let's see. IMX. I'll take the Binance pairing on this as well. Okay, zooming out again. Divergence. This was yesterday's coin, isn't it? Yes, I did this yesterday on the daily, and I was saying it's probably going to be bearish if it stays below that level. Now I've messed up I did this yesterday, I think. Bearish if it stays below, bullish if it gets above it. Now it's above that line, so this is bullish again. Why? Simple. Look at the hidden bullish divergence, guys. This was the pivot that created the bearish scenario. What do? We always weight the hidden bullish divergence as stronger than the strong bearish divergence. Why? Because you want to trade in harmony with the trend. So where it's at now, you're golden. Where can this thing go? Last little piece of helpful advice, $4.50. I would, if I'm buying this now, consider selling there. There you have it. Okay. PEPE for shits and giggles. Why not? Why not for shits and giggles? I think PEPE is quite high on my list there. what do you do? What do you see here, guys? You're allowed to be bullish for as long as you can. Why? Because this was the initiating pivot. There was the divergence. There was the rebuy. What did we say? Oh, I've drawn this thing the wrong way around. Let's just do it there. Okay. 618. Okay. And now it's flying. It's regained that pivot. Yes, it's creating divergence, but PEPE can do the following things. As long as this thing stays above the 23.6, you're not allowed to be bearish. Simple as that. PEPE to the moon. PEPE to fucking this edge of the solar system, for that matter. There is nothing bearish about this. Although you might be scared of this. I would rather buy this, to be honest with you, than buy something that's going sideways if I'm looking to make money now, irrespective of what the project is. I don't need to love the project. Why? Because clearly there's momentum. And statistically, there's only ever one top candle. So that looked like the top, that looked like the top, that looked like the top, like that, until finally it's there. So you only need to risk 23% on a spot buy ever once to find out whether it's more. So this thing can chop within this range and you're okay. There you go. Shits and giggles. Let's see how high this thing goes. There you go, guys. You know where to find me. You know where to find more. There's a lot more in the Discord free trial. Funded with 1,000, and I will give you guys the EMC Club membership, which will unlock the majority of the stuff. And you can just go and banter with me there. Have some fun. Let's chat. Let's chat. Let's build our own portfolio and make this a massive portfolio for the end of the bear market. Thanks so much, guys. I think it's all we have time for. Let's close the stream. JJ Doc, SWY, new name. Show some love. Hit that subscribe. And, well, it's the first time I see the name, but thanks so much. Let's see. FJMS got 2 million altcoins. Well, then there you go, my friend. You're going to be making a killing. That's it. Learn to research from a fundamental. But remember, this is now me bantering with Damon. This is measuring the risk. Okay. So just because it's great doesn't mean that the risk is in your favor at that moment. That's why technical analysis gets so much slack, because people assign the wrong purpose to it. They think that it's a prediction tool. It's never a prediction tool. I don't predict nothing. I just measure the risk. And when the risk is more favorable to the other side and the sentiment is in the opposing side, it's just a no-brainer. Price is going to go that way. Everybody's bullish. The risk is telling me that it's more favorable to go to the other side. It's a no-brainer. So let's take that, because the macro risk is telling me that that little hiccup is on the big scale of things, nothing. And guys, you were here. We bought these dips together. This is our most recent dip. We sold those tops together. This is our most recent top. We've got this. We're going to have a killing this bull cycle. You have a lovely day. As always, keep hustling, my friends.
I'll keep hustling.
Subscribe now.